Hello there, this is episode 16 for Basil, or King of Thieves, in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Last time, Basil led the assault on the fort above Cloakwood Mines, and we also chatted about the mods I use for the game. I haven't actually shown you all what Basil has for his thieving skills in a while, and with the level up, there's no reason for me not to show you all. Basil has a 55 in pickpockets, a 60 in open locks, a 15 in find traps, a 50 in move silently, a 60 in hide in shadows, both of those are helped out by equipment, a 0 in detect illusion, and a 100 in set traps. Stealth is going to be the most important aspect for doing damage coming up ahead, so let's boost up our stealth with our level up. And we also get a weapon proficiency point, and while we can take scimitars, we could really use a point in longswords to switch weapons with Emwen. So Basil will now use Vascarona, the +2 longsword with a little bit of cold damage on top. Nice. So now we're going to dive deep into the mines. The increased stealth helps right away with scouting around the corner to one guard who is just waiting to pounce, or waiting to scream at us.
Go pester someone else. Sure.
I hate them flaming fist pansies.
He goes down pretty easy. The crew moves down into the tunnels and comes upon the most diabolical creature ever encountered, a snitch. Now Basil could give you the shiv, but we're guessing you just need some sunlight, you weak sack of crap. Get out of here. Basil saves everyone time and effort by dealing with the next guard, who I'm sure had something very important to say, that now won't get to say it. Man, it's just like my tabletop group when I try to show them an enemy with a dialogue. Nothing. Basil then meets with another miner who is standing next to the river plug. This was designed to flood the mines if they were ever to get compromised. The boss of the place, the so-called master of the mine, has the key to open up the plug and let the water rushing in. So Basil is going to need to deal with this master of the mine deeper down into the tunnels. So with that, Basil and the crew are done with the first level, and they're getting ready to go down to the second level. On the second level, we have a guard immediately ready to go, and he's got a buddy, and there's a couple of other buddies down the hall, so we're going to dispatch them rather quickly. Basil unfortunately misses his backstab opportunity, but the rest of the party saves his ass. A couple of guards down this way. I believe the guard that's shooting us does have poisoned arrows, so if you find yourself in this situation, just have a couple of antidotes standing by. That's always useful. Now there's two paths we can go down. One is heavily trapped and has a platoon of enemies ready to pounce. And one's going to take care of the traps. We will actually go the other way through a series of secret doors. The only enemies that are directly in that path are a few ghouls, and we'll take care of them relatively quickly. M1 is... I'm going to have M1 use the artifact now to boost up her dexterity. That's going to probably help us a little bit in the combat that's going to be coming up ahead. We have this guard. He immediately recognizes us and probably is the smartest gentleman here. He is willing to tell us everything, and he's going to skedaddle right back into the room. He really loves those boxes.
Sure.
All right, secret passage time. We're going to go into the secret passage, and Basil's going to run into a ghoul. Kay's going to deal with the ghoul while my party doesn't really know what it's doing. Deal with the second ghoul. Remember what Kangax did to the basilisks? Well, the ghouls can do that to us too, so we gotta be careful about that.
I don't want to talk.
Come to a secret door at the end, and I'm gonna have actually Basil step in. There's going to be two prisoners here. The first one we're going to talk to is a guy named Yeslik. Now, Yeslik's a dwarf. He's a fighter cleric, He's a lawful good fighter cleric, so he actually is a pretty good companion. The only thing is that he can't really use wands, which is weird for a cleric, but his intelligence is too low. He can be a bit of a tanky character, although I think Kagan's a bit tankier. And if you're thinking of having a kind of dwarf-only crew to have a fun time, you may want to reconsider, because Yeslik and Kagan do not like each other and will, in fact, come to blows. So be careful about that. But we're also going to talk to Rill. Rill is checking to see if we are, in fact, the adventurers. And he's going to ask for 100 gold so he can bribe the guards up top. Guards that we, I guess, missed. I don't know. Anyway, so he's going to bribe the guards so that so that the slaves can skedaddle while we, the brave, valiant heroes, go out and take out the master of the mine and flood the mine. He says flooding the mine is probably the best course of action going up ahead. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so remember that platoon of soldiers? Well, guess what? We're going to get ready to fight them.
Your point, squeaky wheel gets the kick. I need... All right. Let's talk more fight.
What you want? I'm gone.
Night Singer, give me power.
All right, my course of attack is going to be to have, we're going to cast some buff spells, and eventually what I'd like to end up doing is I'd like to have Basil and the casters, Dynahair and Viconia, move up to the northern entrance by what will be a kitchen area with a cook that will just stand there, and Emma's going to detect the hidden door there. And I'm going to have the tanks go below. Now, hopefully everything will work out, and we should be able to move... Oh, looks like the guards have noticed us. Maybe we can move around. All right, fighters. And it looks like we're in, and my casters are not in position, so I'm going to have them move back eventually. Nope, you know what? I'm going to have them move forward. They're going to move forward. I'm going to have Basil try to take out this guard behind us. And the sorceress there is casting an enchantment spell. That could be bad if it hits multiples of us. It could be Hold Person. That's bad. Oh, it's even worse. It's Dominate Person. Awesome. So, Basil's only course of action is to try to stab the sorceress. Minsk is out in his own on the limb. We're going to try to have the casters cast something. Maybe she can knock out Kagan with a command word die. Minsk is going to use one of his potions. Basil's going to try to creep in to see if he can backstab somebody. Okay, so Minsk is hurting. Or Minsk is in the middle of combat. He's not hurting yet, but he probably will be soon enough as he's triple teamed. You're gonna have the... Oh, shoot. That is an ambush. Okay, so Minsk is poisoned and doesn't have an antidote. The closest person who has an antidote is Viconia, and she's far away. And Basil's now being ambushed, double teamed. So we're going to have Basil take a potion of defense, kind of boost him up. And she's poisoned too. Dang it. Fight is not going well.
You're a queer fellow.
She'll try to defend herself. She will try to cast Horror. I'm actually going to have her cast Horror at this group hereby. Hope to clear out this area. Yeah, that's not... Oh, Minsk goes down. Now, Kagan is still swinging. Not sure where he's swinging at, though. And I have Basil take Oil of Speed through. Since there's no traps up here, he can go ahead and up to this northern area. Have everybody else try to, I guess, defend themselves. Maybe I can throw an oil of fiery burning. Maybe a sacrifice move, but it might be the only thing that will really work. Yeah, it looks like it was a sacrifice move, but you know what?
Done had enough of this.
Bad things could have happened if she got that spell off. Basil's gonna try to fight his way through.
Also,
Okay.
This way.
So Viconia is pretty much screwed, unless I can... I should have cast spells on her. Dang. I did not plan this fight out at all. Or rather, yeah, I guess I didn't really plan it out well. I'm not using my characters very well at all. Back the secret entrance way. Okay, Basil is now stealth, so maybe I can get a couple of backstabs off.
I pity you for your short.
She tries to... She doesn't really have anything, healing potions or anything like that. Now, Kagan is still mind-controlled, so... Okay, he gets off a nice backstab.
This way.
She's moving through, and she goes down.
Sod. Taking the dirt nap so
Okay, so Basil has taken an opponent. That's good. Oil of Speed, by the way, very, very, very good. Anything that hastens your character is very nice. I'm going to try to go back into stealth, see what I can do there. Maybe get these guys off of Emwyn. Alright, Basil. Come on, buddy. Incidentally, the safest person is Kagan right now. Kagan is our tank. And I'm skedaddling out of there. Ooh. And now I'm charmed.
I care not.
Now, Kagan breaks free, and he just starts swinging. That's good.
You're a queer.
And actually, being charmed
I'm gone.
may be a really safe play for Basil.
I feel so
Damn. Emwyn can't really escape. That's not good. Obscuring Mist. Don't know what the purpose of casting that was, but... Alright, Kagan's making work of these goons. Alright, Basil apparently is now back, but he is shadowed. That's good. Now, he can go ahead and pick a fight with those goons, or he can come back with Kagan and get some old-fashioned vengeance, and that's what I'm going to do. Fortunately, the cool thing about Basil being hastened is he makes it nice and quick.
I need an arrow.
Yeah, I will definitely have Basil use those a little later on, but now that he's hastened, he can go ahead and... Ooh, actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to switch to the Legacy of the Masters. I'm going to have him using those because he's not shooting much if he's going to be defending himself. If he's going to be defending himself in melee combat, that is. Try to see if he can scoot around here. And we can at least double team this guard. Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's intimidating. I knew there was one more guard. And I'd take care of him. Yeah, I think the play here is backstab. Let Kagan take the brunt of the damage, especially since Kagan has most of his health. I'll have Kagan take most of the damage, and Basil will just come in and get a nice hit off. I think I have a healing spell still. Might as well use that. Alright, Kagan. Yeah, taking stealth definitely was the Chad play here.
I like it here. I don't want to talk.
Go after the guards.
Go pester someone else.
And that's going to make it harder. With backstabs, obviously, you have to get to the right position. Otherwise, you are you're not going to be able to actually conduct the multiplier. Get the multiplier. All right. Try to take care of... Okay. Not much there, since she had stone skin up. But, okay, since she's in combat, I'm guessing her spells are pretty much done and her stone skin's down. She is a goner.
I need an arrow.
Wow, okay, so that fight went poorly. The good news is that Basil and the crew won. The bad news is that everyone in the crew is dead except for Basil and Kagan. So until they make it back to civilization, they will need to carry around all of that equipment and play Tetris in their inventories. I'll say that I did not plan this fight out very well. I should have had Vicky and Dynahair using more spells, and Basil should have stealthed from the beginning of the fight and used backstab way more often. That'll be it for today. Next time, Basil and Kagan are going to have to make the choice whether to return to civilization and bring back their friends, or do they go deeper into the mines and deal with this master of the mines to get the key to flood the mines. Feel free to check out my other content, such as my starter guides or my other playthrough videos. If you like what I do, leave the video a like or leave it a comment. Or, better yet, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and good luck. We're all counting on you.